Let's work out, kids. Orgasmicpathways.com. First video, fitness video with the whiteboard. We'll see how that works out. I think I'm going to get a bigger whiteboard and that'll improve over time. But orgasmicpathways.com, choose your pathways. So let's get started. To start with, just a couple of minutes. Got my stopwatch, 2 minutes of something cardio. You can jump rope, you can run in place, you can do the running man, you can shuffle, I don't care what it is, jumping jacks, just something like cardio for 2 minutes to start to get your heart rate and your breath up. This workout is going to be based on CrossFit training. WODS, W-O-D, stands for workout of the day. It's going to be based on that. So this is going to be a first of its kind for my fitness video series anyway. So let's go. I'll start just running in place. You can change it up if you want. Actually, I'm going to do running man because I really like shuffling. So here we go, running man. Maybe some Charleston, like so, right? Here's your note of caution. I am not an expert, just a lay person who loves working out, loves learning things and sharing what I learned. So take responsibility, do what is safe, what works for you. Make it your workout. None of this is to undermine any healthcare professional that you might be working with. If I was upstairs, I'd probably be jumping rope, but down here it won't work. Ceilings are too low. Welcome to the dungeon of my basement. Another minute of this cardio activity. Use some Polly Pocket. I'll finish just by jogging in place. Bring your knees up high if you can. Shake things out. All right, that's good. Shake things, come on down. We're going to do a warm-up series now before we move on to the WOD, workout of the day. All right, so first we are going to do 10 push-ups. Whatever push-up you want to do, I don't care. You can do it on your knees, standard, reverse grip, supinated, pronated grip, wide grip, narrow grip. Whatever variation that you're going to do for your 10 push-ups, make sure that your shoulders are protracted, abs are scooped, protecting your lower back, kneecaps drawn up, heels shooting to the floor, keeping your neck in alignment with the rest of your spine so you don't have the forward head tilt, all of those things. So let's go. 10 strict form push-ups. Emphasize strict form. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe. Big full breaths. Oxygenate the blood. All right, the next move we're going to do is going to be little tricep dips on the floor. Now for me, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I got this set up here where I can mimic Olympic rings, but I'm going to show you what you can do on the floor for your tricep dip part of your warm-up, where you don't need any equipment at all. But if you happen to have a setup like this or some Olympic rings, you can join me. Otherwise, here's what you're going to do. So on the floor, put your hands back here, come up, and just dip. Little tricep dips like that. Do 10 of them. And I'm going to do my 10 over here. These are really hard. I did some tricep work earlier today, so let's see if I can do this. Six, 8, and 10. All right, you did your 10, very good. Next, I'm going to join you on the floor. We're going to do some glute bridges. We're going to do 10 glute bridges, and that's going to be this. So you can either go here and come up like so, driving your pelvis up to the sky, squeezing your butt as much as you can, or you can come down to your shoulders like so, all the way to your back. And same thing, just drive your hips skyward, squeezing your butt. So pick your variation. We're going to do 10. And get a pause at the top for a second or two for a really nice squeeze on that exhale. So let's go. 2. 5. 8. 9. 10. Oh, so good. Stay on the floor. Now we're going to do some V-up roll-ups. We're going to do 10 of those. Here's what that looks like. Okay, so you're on your back, legs are extended, arms out. You're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time in a controlled manner. If that's too much, you can always bend your knees or do whatever works for you. To a straight back, and then go back down in a controlled fashion, one vertebrae at a time, or as close as you can to that. And then V up, you're going to come up like that, and then back down. If you can only do the roll up, fine, totally cool. So let's do 10 of these. You pick your variation that works for you, okay? And it's always something you can grow into if you can't do the full thing yet. Here goes. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself there. Okay, that's 2. I'm on number 5 now. Seven, breathe. 8. 1 more. Ah, that feels so good. All right. That's going to conclude our warm-up. So, we're going to take a few minutes here before we get started, because this is, WODs are tough. CrossFit is really tough, but modify, make it your workout. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm going to show you the moves and some variations. Hopefully that's visible on the video. Like I said, this will improve as I go forward with this, but I'm excited to get a whiteboard involved. Have water nearby. Okay, so orgasmicpathways.com, always plugging. Okay, so it's going to be a combo of squats and handstand push-ups. So that's it, just those 2 moves. So let me show you the squat first. Most of you know that. So the squat, you pick whatever variation that you want to do. Challenge yourself. Just meet yourself wherever you're at and you'll get stronger. So a basic squat is going to be like this. Keep your mouth as far away from your butt as you can the whole time, so you visualize elongating your entire spine, your neck, everything. You're sitting back in your heels. About 80% of your body weight should be in your heels, maybe 20% in your toes. Your knees are not going out past your toes. They're staying back maybe midline of your foot, and then when you come back, they're over your ankles. straighten your legs, but don't lock your knees. And when you're up, also squeeze your butt at the top, driving your pelvic forward, and then back into the squat. You can do prayer hands, you can do potato sack hands, you can put your arms up like this for more of a challenge, it's up to you. You can also jump. That's the variation I'm gonna do. So jumping is basically gonna be like this. If you want to add a knee tuck in the jump, it's going to look like this. So this is actually what I'm going to be doing. Like that. So that's 1, 2. And you want to do these with strict form, paying attention to your knees not going past your toes. Most of the weight in your heels. Your knees, don't want to forget that. Your knees should not be buckling in. Your knees need to be coming out. The knee is a hinge joint. It's very unstable by design. It's always supposed to move in one direction, one plane of motion, so keep it. Don't let it buckle. If they start to buckle, just come out of it. Don't go as deep yet. Go shallow. Whatever you have to do to keep your knees safe and protected so you don't get injured. And of course, visualize your mouth as far away from your butt as possible. It's one of the most helpful cues I've ever been given in my life. Okay, so that's the squat. You pick which one you want to do. The other move is going to be handstand push-ups. Don't let the name scare you. There's lots of modifications. I can't do a full unassisted handstand yet, but I will someday. So here's what you're going to do with that. You're going to do whatever push-up that you want to do, but I'd like to challenge you, if you're feeling good enough, to get into a pike position or a downward facing dog. Like this, and start doing that. So your butt is toward the sky, your back is straight, your legs are straight, and you're just basically pushing, doing shoulder presses into a pike. So that starts to get you, it's like the beginning of starting to get you into a handstand. That's like the first variation to eventually working towards being able to do handstands, is to just do pike presses like that. It's a push-up, but your body is like this, keeping your upper half straight, your lower half as straight as possible, and just pushing up. Okay, so those are the two moves, the squat as well as the pike press. Okay, which, well, handstand push-up, but who can do a handstand push? Not very many people. Hopefully someday I will. So I've got room for growth too. We have to respect where we're at and get in it and grow from there, right? Show up every day and eat amazing food, drink plenty of water. Okay, so here's the format of how all this is going to work. 21 squats. I'm going to start the timer. And so you're going to do 21 squats followed by 21 handstand push-ups, or that push-up in a V shape, whichever variation you want to do. So 21 squats, 21 handstand push-ups. Right after that, you're going to go into 15 squats and 15 handstand push-ups. Right after that, you're going to do 9 squats and then 9 handstand push-ups. Right after that, you're going to do 21 squats followed by 50 handstand walks. So instead of a push-up, this is the only, so I guess there's 3 moves total. So we got the first 2, here's the third one. This is the only variation. So you're going to go back into your pike or your downward facing dog. And instead of doing a press like this, you're going to walk it out. This is such a cool exercise. You're going to walk with your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, or however many. It's probably going to be 4 for most of you, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to do 50 of those. And then go back like so. So it's going to be like this. You'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you see what I'm doing? Instead of pressing, instead of push-ups there, you're just walking with your hands like that, and then like that, like that, like that. In no time at all, I was halfway to 50. So that's pretty, it's a lot easier than it sounds. I think you're gonna surprise yourself with how well you do on this one, okay? So you're going to do 50 of those. 50 steps. Each step with your hand is 1, so 50 of those. Followed by 15 squats, 50 more handstand push or walks, then 9 squats, and 50 handstand walks. So that's why I wrote all those out. We're not going to be doing this together. We're going to be doing this at our own pace on our own time. And the maximum time is going to be 9 minutes. So I'm going to be with my stopwatch here. At the end of it, if you finish before the 9 minutes, write down how quickly you did it. If you didn't finish in the 9 minutes, write down exactly where you were. Like there's 6 rounds here basically. So which one were you on and what rep were you on in what round? And then write that down. And the next time when you show up, you have a baseline to compete with yourself with, right? So that's super important to write that stuff down and keep track of that. I hope that makes sense. So in a minute here, I'm going to go ahead and start the 9-minute thing. If you finish early, walk in place, march. Don't keep the body moving. Don't sit down. You can lightly jog if you want to, something light cardio based until the 9 minutes is up. And then I'm going to take you guys through a cool down, a really good stretch. Pretty much is what it's going to be, a stretch, because the body will be warm. We can make new gains in our mobility, which is exciting. Okay. So in review, just in case you can't see this too well, feel free to jot down the note. This will get better over time. It's my very first whiteboard fitness video. So 21 squats followed by 21 handstand push-ups. That's round 1. Round 2 is 15 squats followed by 15 handstand push-ups. Round 3 is 9 squats followed by 9 handstand push-ups. Round 4 is 21 squats followed by 50 handstand walks. Round 5, 15 squats followed by 50 handstand push-ups, and then 6 rounds. The 6th and final round is 9 squats followed by 50 handstand push-ups. All right, so the reason why we took so much time between the warm-up and what we're going to do is because this requires a lot of energy. So we're warmed up, we've come down, but not too far. Our energy storage should be peaking right now with a nice break like that we had. So we're going to get started here in just a few seconds. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to start my watch, figure out what squat version you're going to do, and let's get started. Okay. I'm going to start my stopwatch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 21 squats. Let's go. Remember to pace yourself because there's no breaks in this unless you really need to take one. All right, 21 handstand push-ups. So for me, it's going to be something against the wall here. Actually, no, it's not. That's my walking stuff. Never mind. Don't listen to me. That's round 1 done for me. That's 1 minute and 30 so far. 15 squats. Let's go. 15 handstand push-ups. Round 2. 2 minutes and 30 seconds so far. 9 squats. Whew. 9 handstand push-ups. Halfway done, theoretically halfway done. 3 minutes and 23 seconds in. 21 squats again. Oh boy, here we go. Pausing for a second because I'm working hard. It happens, as little break as possible. Here we go. 21, wow. Oh man, that's a killer. All right, this one's gonna be difficult. 50 handstand walks. Here we go. See if I stay here to the end. I have no idea. I might come down and modify, I don't know. Oh boy. Okay. 5 minutes and 14 seconds in. 15 squats. I'm on round 5. Here it goes. Whoa. Okay. Oh my God. Just gotta be careful with these. If I crash with my feet in the air on the wall, I could get injured. So, gotta be mindful of injury, modify. 50. Whew. 34, got 16 more. All right, back in it. Oh, wow. Okay, one more round. 7 minutes in, 2 minutes to go. Here we go, 9 squats. Okay, one more 50. Minute and a half to go. 37, 13 more to go. 1 minute left. All right. 8:17. Seconds. Gonna march it out now because I'm exhausted. 15 seconds. Where are you? Did you finish early? You doing light cardio like me? 5, 4, 3, 2, done. 9 minutes. Oh. Sip your water. See, I'm working right along with you. That was hard. And I had to review that, as simple as it is, to make sure I was doing the right thing. So I'm really hoping that turns out in the video. I'm looking at the preview. It looks like it is turning out. So that's good news. So you should be able to follow along. Well, we're doing our own pace, not literally follow along, but follow along with what's on the whiteboard pretty easily. On the preview, I can see it pretty well. Whew. I'm going to take you through a cool down, a stretch. Just walk back and forth, march, whatever. Bring your heart rate down within reason. Don't just stop. That's too hard on the heart. Okay. Okay, stand here in mountain pose, just like this. Scrape an imaginary wall behind you on the inhale. Inhale your hands up. Stretch out the body as much as you can. Ready? Exhale back down, scraping the wall behind you. Imaginary wall. Do that again. Stretch. Exhale a couple more times. Your own breath. Keep your abs scooped. And prayer hands. Okay, now I want you to bend your knees like you're sitting on a horse. Keep your knees out, don't let them buckle in. You don't have to go super deep, just a little bit to feel everything. Prayer hands on the inhale, open everything up, your chest, pull your shoulders back. Exhale. One more. Awesome. Now we're going to stretch out the chest. Clasp behind you. If you can, all the way down. Pull your shoulders up, back, and then down. Stretching out the chest. An exaggerated posture. Keep your abs scooped, your belly button drawn toward your spine. Now, bring your hands in front, clasping like this, if you can. Now round your shoulders forward, stretch out the back. I lost my light. That battery didn't last very long. Stay in that posture, please. Oh well. It's going to die again in just a moment. Keep that going. Okay. Now we're going to work out the butt and the hamstrings, the postural chain of the body, because we really worked that hard, man. We really did. And we'll get the quads too. So first, Feet about hip distance apart, a little wider if you want. Flat back, exhale down, hinging at the waist. Keep the back flat. On your next exhale, big inhale. Now fold all the way forward. Going down as far as you can. See if the weight of your head can pull yourself down a little bit. Also, if you're low enough, your head weight will start to traction out the spine, which feels really good. Oh, that feels so good. Now with your left hand, place your left hand on the outside of your right foot or put it down in between your feet. The harder option is going to be to cross your body. Put it on the outside of your opposite foot and reach with your right hand up and try to stack your shoulders on top of each other, opening your chest to the side of the room. Or go as deeply as you can into it. You can bend the knees if you need to. Now do the opposite side. Oh boy. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale down again. Try to go a little deeper if you can. The next exhale, come up with a rounded back. Just roll up one vertebrae at a time. Ready? Just like that. Very good. Okay, now we're going to get the glutes with a standing pigeon. If you need to hold on something for balance, go ahead. Basically, pick up your right leg and place the ankle of your right foot on the thigh of your left leg. Take a seat, push that knee down. You'll feel a nice stretch along your right outer hip, along your right glute. I'm working on my balance, holding on to nothing. And go as low as you can, push on that knee as much as you can, and you'll get more of a stretch out of that outer thigh. Oh, that feels so good. Come up, and go right back down into it, same leg. So releasing, and then going perhaps a little bit deeper this time. Oh yeah. Okay, come up. Now we're gonna do the other side. Left ankle on your right thigh. Push down. Sit down. Try to keep most of your weight still in your heel, but not too much. Obviously, you don't want to fall back, but you don't want your knee trucking out past your front toes either. Come up out of it for a second, and right back into it. Release, and then go back into it, maybe a little deeper. Balance is a little better on my right today than my left. Okay, come out of that, shake it a little bit. Now, grab a hold of, we're gonna do a quad stretch now. Everyone probably has seen this particular one. So grab onto something if you need to for balance, but right leg up, keeping your knees together. So don't bring your knee forward, don't bring it back. Keep your knees together. Your pelvis forward, your abs scooped. Hold on to that back foot and pull on it. The more you pull, the more the quad stretch you will get. Again, I'm working on my balance, so I'm holding on to nothing except air. Release, do the other side. Same guidelines, rules, concepts. Keep the knees together. Hips forward, pelvic thrusted forward. Draw the belly button into the spine. Pull on that foot for more of a stretch. Now I am going to do one extra thing for the quads because that one doesn't quite do it for me anymore. So if you feel like you need more for your quads, get down on your knees like this. Come back like so. Hands on your feet at first. You want to protect the low back. If it still feels good, go to the mat and then keep going. But don't bend the back so much. Otherwise you're defeating the purpose of the stretch, and it can also wear out your lower back in ways that are not healthy. Keeping the abs scooped, in other words, so you're protecting the low back. You're not hyperextending the back on this move. You're just trying to get as much hip extension as you can to stretch out those quads. And this is as far back as I can go without bending my back. If I were to bend my back, I could go all the way back here, but I don't want to do that. I want to go for my quads. Very good. Now we're going to go for the hammies one more time. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a half split basically. So right knee down, left leg out, left knee is straight, and come down. Square off the shoulders and the hips forward. So you're targeting the hamstrings. You can even scoot the back knee back if you want, like I am right now, get more of a splits effect. Or just keep the knee right underneath your hip. It's up to you. Okay, come up, release, right back down, go a little bit deeper, big inhales, big exhales. On the exhales is when you sink and release further into the stretch. So you want big inhales, so you get big exhales. Okay, come up, now we're going to do the other side. Same thing, same rules apply. Go forward, hips and shoulders forward. Try to round the back as little as possible so you're bending mostly, hinging forward at the hips, pulling on the hamstrings more. You can back the back knee up if you want for more of a splits effect. Come up for a second, release, and then right back into it. Maybe go a little deeper. Big inhales for big exhales. All right, now come up on your feet. We are just about done. Make sure you drink plenty of water, eat amazing healthy food. It goes to your recovery. Orgasmicpathways.com. One of the pathways is healthy recipes, healthy grocery list, healthy foods to nourish your body for recovery, for life, for good energy that doesn't crash you. It's really important. Did all this hard work, you want to get the benefits of it and not negate it and do this work in vain by eating the wrong foods. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is a side stretch, like so. Bring your right arm up. Big inhale, then exhale on the side stretch. Feet are below your hips. Move closer so you can see. So don't squat like I am. I'm just showing you what my arm is doing. You can gaze up to that space in your elbow there. Try to bring your arm back like so. Not forward, but back. You got a really great stretch all the way down your arms, all the way down your side, down to your hips. And then back up. Now the other side. Same thing, arm is back, elbows are mostly straight. And my shoulders are facing forward. Okay. And one more open chest stretch. I know it wasn't yoga, but I feel compelled to say namaste, everybody. Namaste. That was a brilliant, beautiful workout. you got a ton of value over that one, man. I got tons more workouts too. If you'd like to check them out, orgasmicpathways.com. There's the whiteboard. If you want to take a screenshot of that, you can. But there's what we did. It's pretty cool. Well, I'll be doing more soon. Take care, everybody. Love to you all. Mwah. Welcome to the dungeon of my basement.